What's up, everybody? Back here for a wild card breakdown for the Draftkings slate. Start tomorrow. Sorry for the late upload, guys. It was just some news I wanted to I wanted to wait to drop. Particularly, there's been some stuff that's happened over the past couple days in NFL news that I wanted to decipher through, and I wanted to get clear kind of vision for the slate and the things I'm on, and mainly, with short slates, I think the trick is you got to focus less on the specific like guys you're on and more how you think the games are gonna go. That's a little trick, guys, for the playoffs with these short slates and the showdown slates. Build your teams around how you think the games are gonna go. Don't build your teams around like specific players, okay? Because as we see on short slates, it's a very small sample size. Anything can happen. If you watch when you play the showdown slates, guys, like in the Super Bowl, a lot of and just in the playoffs in general, in the short, like I just said, you got to make risky picks. You got to take stands, and we're like I always say, guys, we're trying to win first place in tournaments. That might involve, sorry guys, running nose there. That might involve like in like Sunday's game, even though it's a perfect matchup, like fading a guy like Michael Thomas. I mean, it seems silly, and I'm not saying to do it because I don't know if that's a good play yet. Because in my opinion, looking at the ownership right now, he's a little under-owned, so I don't know. We're gonna get into the slate. Just to recap last week really quickly, very quickly. I crushed last week. It was one of my best weeks of the season. Came in 2000th place in the Millie Maker. I had Derrick Henry on like every single team. That was a great pick by me. I really liked that. I just like that whole situation. Uh, couldn't get the receivers right, unfortunately. It was a really weird week. I was on. It's funny, man. My two guys I liked were Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz, and then I like Dak Prescott in a tier below. And I only put Dak Prescott on one out of like my 13 teams. So it was yeah, and I like Cobb over Gallup because I was just worried about Dak's shoulder injury getting Gallup the ball downfield. But Gallup showing the more consistent ceiling, and I probably should have been more on him than I was Cobb. They both had good matchups. What are you gonna do, guys? I'm really excited for next season. I really, really feel like I've paid my dues in the DFS sphere for the last 4 years. I really feel like next year we're gonna play for more money, and I feel like if you guys are on board next year with this whole operation, that we're eventually gonna hit big. Somebody here is gonna hit big, either me or one of you guys, and I sincerely hope you guys all follow on next year. I'm going to try to get the video quality editing up. I'm going to try to learn how to do some of that stuff. I might even try to reach out and join a team and like something like that, because I really feel like I'm just as good as a lot of the people who get paid in the DFS industry. But let's just get into the slate. Enough about that. Okay, so the first game on the slate is this Buffalo at Houston game. Here's my prediction. I think Buffalo wins this game outright. Okay, and I think there's a I to me, man, with JJ Watt back, it puts me more on Josh Allen and Josh Brown. And you can even throw in Dawson Knox there if you really wanted to. Dawson Knox is a guy that I like. He's very athletic and he has a good matchup against Houston, but I mainly like John Brown here and Josh Allen. Um, you can play Singletary if you wanted to. My only problem with Singletary is Houston's really batting in the pass game against running backs. So you're going to need Singletary to really bust loose a big play through the air, which you can do, but it's kind of a tough thing to pay for at 6K. Last year in the playoffs, though, man, I mean, this is playoff football, man. A lot of times with playoff football, last year Marlon Mack just jammed the ball down Houston's throat all in this 4 o'clock game on Saturday. So, but I like John Brown here. I mean, I'm looking at my chart right now. I'm gonna pull it up. So Houston has given up 6 games of 25 plus points to receivers, and they've given up 5 to running backs. But I do want to point something out here. Most of the production they've given up to running backs was without J.J. Watt, and it was in the passing game. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Houston has given up 9 games of 25 plus DK points to quarterbacks. They're one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're around the bottom 10 in the league, like right at that 10, 11, 12 yardage mark of rushing production allowed to quarterbacks. So that's awesome for Josh Allen. I think I'm more on the passing game here. Now to go to the other side. Okay, so since I think the Bills are gonna be leading in this game, I like Duke Johnson over Carlos Hyde. Okay, I think it's a little risky. I wish Duke was a little bit cheaper. He's 4,400. Don't love that price tag. Wish he was about $300-400 cheaper. But the Bills have a suspect run defense. Middle of the road, giving up production through the air. But obviously, man, we're paying for Duke in negative game scripts, and we want you know, we want Duke trailing. They're not going to play Duke if they're in neutral game script or if they're leading. And also, man, you can definitely play DeAndre Hopkins without Will Fuller. It doesn't sound like Will Fuller's going to play. That was another thing I wanted to wait to see what would happen. I would not touch any of these other guys. Maybe Kiki Kute. Maybe, because the Bills play that zone defense to give up a lot of the short, intermediate, passes. But I'd probably go Hopkins here, man. Hopkins is a nice pivot off of Michael Thomas. We're going to get to the next guy in the price range, A.J. Brown, in the next game. He's a nice pivot off of Michael Thomas, man. If you don't want to, you want to go other places in that Saints-Vikings game, DeAndre Hopkins could definitely pay off here. I don't like that he's going to see Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White has not given up a touchdown yet this year in coverage. A little scary. But I like Hopkins, Kiki, and Duke Johnson here. Those are the guys that I like on Houston. Like I said, I think Buffalo wins this game. I also love the Buffalo defense. I think the Buffalo defense is a good play here. And remember, guys, this is a dome game. This game and the Saints game, these are dome games in late December. Excuse me. Jesus. In January. Wow, man. That's stupid of me. But, yeah. So, that's something we always got to think about. Let's go to Tennessee, New England. So, okay. Why do I have that written down? I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So, Tennessee and New England. Let's start with Tennessee. So, the weather does not look good for Saturday. I'm gonna check it one more time because it looked like it was gonna rain all day. I just want to get an update on this. Oh wow, this is interesting. So it looks like, is there gonna be a snowstorm tomorrow? Wow, man, this is a big update because it looked like it was gonna be rain yesterday. Let me look into this. I'll let the weather report up here. Sorry, guys. This stuff always takes a long time. I apologize. Wow. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be pouring rain all day for the game. Not a lot of wind. Okay. So with this game right here, I like Jonnu Smith the most on the Titans. You can also play Corey Davis a little bit. Everyone's going to go to Derrick Henry. My only issue with Derrick Henry is I really feel like Bill Belichick is going to, as he always does, going to make you beat him with your other guys. I think he's going to dare the Titans to beat him, and especially in a bad weather game, he's going to say, hey, man, you're beating me with Ryan Tannehill. Okay? I think the Patriots win this game. I'm not on the Tennessee bandwagon in this game. Derrick Henry, I'm not going to tell you to not play Derrick Henry. I'm not going to, but just look at everyone's going to see that last game. They have him as like the third highest owned running back. I think he's going to be popular. I think he's going to be popular here. You could play him, I guess. I mean, I think this game might be a little bit of a boring defensive struggle. I like Sony Michel in this game. Sony Michel is way too cheap on DraftKings. I originally liked James White because he does have the better on-paper matchup. Tennessee funnels a lot of targets to running backs out of the backfield. But with James White, man, you want them trailing. Like next week, I think the Patriots will go to Kansas City and lose. That will be a James White game. That will be a game you want to play James White. So, like I said, I don't, with the weather situation here, a lot of Tennessee games have been going over lately. I'm not sure about this, man. I'm really not. I want to like this game, and if I did, I think I'd go with Jonnu Smith here or Corey Davis. Because Belichick's going to make them win with their secondary guys. And obviously on the Patriots, like Sony Michel, you can also play Julian Edelman if you think it's going to be a faster paced game. But Julian Edelman's hurt, but you're getting him at a nice discount at 6,500. a lot of people are going to try to guess a new Harry, whatever else guys the Patriots have. Man, I'm probably going to stay away from that. I think if I was going to that range in the next game, I just play Traquan Smith at 4K. I don't really like I don't really like that. Tennessee gets beat deep down the sidelines with speed. We haven't seen anyone of these Patriots receivers do that. We haven't seen Harry go deep down the field yet. Not saying he can't, just probably not where I'm going to go. I'd probably just bite the bullet and play Edelman, honestly. Next game is Minnesota at New Orleans. I originally liked this game as like a high scoring. I think this will be a high scoring game, but I do think the Saints cover this spread. I think the Saints win this game pretty comfortably, but I think that the Vikings will have move the ball on the Saints a little bit as far as getting some fantasy production. So on the Vikings, I love Adam Thielen and I like Olabisi Johnson if they're going to go 3 wide sets. I want whoever's in the slot against PJ Williams. News today that Eli Apple is not going to play. Was going to put Janoris Jenkins on Adam Thielen a lot of the game. Well, we don't know if Lattimore is going to shadow. We think Lattimore is going to shadow Diggs. We don't know that for sure. But I liked whoever is going to be in the slot, which is going to be Thielen and Olabisi Johnson against PJ Williams. That's what I want to target here. Dalvin Cook. There's news today that they're going to cut him loose here against the Saints. I don't think that, I think I'd rather play, man, I don't know about that, man. It's the running back on this slate other than Sony Michel is very tough, man. We're going to get that out at the end of the video, kind of overviewing it. Very tough, man. Very tough. I'm having a lot of trouble with my RB2 here. But that's what I like here. You can play Kirk Cousins. Have no problem with that. As of right now, I'm not playing Dalvin Cook. On the other side, I like the passing attack. I like Thomas. I like Traquan. I did like Jared Cook originally. I still do. And I like, Minnesota's actually been pretty bad against the run this year. Something to monitor. And a lot of people are going to go Alvin Kamara. Wish Latavius was a little bit cheaper. But if they start, nursing a big lead, Latavius going to get some extra touches. If he it's a revenge game a little bit. Revenge game narrative for Latavius Murray. I don't hate that. But like I said, I think you can play 2 Saints offensive players in your lineup. I think that like Thomas or Traquan and one of the Kamara or Latavius. I do think if the Saints are winning handily that they'll get Latavius some carries here, some extra touches, which I think they will. Another thing to mention about the last game, it's Derrick Henry's birthday on Saturday, and also, there was supposed to be a winter storm Henry coming to Foxborough on Saturday, but that's not going to happen anymore. It's going to be a rainstorm. But that was kind of funny. I know some of you people will think that's funny, but yeah. Let's get to the last game and wrap this up. This is a tough game, man, with the news of the Miles Sanders injury. It just, like I said, guys, this RB2, I'm playing Sony Michel on every team because I just love this spot. He's way too cheap. Great ownership, like 10% ownership. Okay, so on Seattle, I'd play DK Metcalf. Hello?
What's up, bro?
Hold on 1 second, buddy. Hold on 1 second, but let me just wrap up the video I'm making. I'm going to call you back in like legitimately a minute, man. All right? All right, peace, bud. Sorry, guys. All right, so I played DK Metcalf here, but I don't know, man. This Philadelphia defense at home is only letting up 16 points a game. This Philly defense is clamped down. They did lose, the Ronald Darby to IR, so I'm not afraid of attacking them. I do like Metcalf here, but I like Metcalf. That's really, you could play Travis Homer, but I'd rather play Duke Johnson, honestly, than Travis Homer. Travis Homer isn't bad. I definitely could be on that a little bit, but I like DK Metcalf more. On the other side, guys, okay, so Dallas Goedert, definitely in play. Definitely a good play here. Also, I like one of the running backs, Sanders, or I don't like Jordan Howard. It's going to be Sanders or it's going to be Boston Scott. I think it could be a situation kind of like last year with the Rams where they ride the hot hand. Boston Scott looked good last week. Miles Sanders has an ankle sprain. It's a low ankle sprain, so not that big of a deal, but still something to be concerned about. You know, we have to get a little bit more clarification on this because right now I kind of like Boston Scott over him. I think they might. I think if they're winning big, they might just use this as a game to kind of. I know it's the playoffs, but I think they're going to mix in a lot of Boston Scott here, man. I do. I like Boston Scott. I don't like his price tag that much. Like I said, guys, that RB2, very other than Sony Michelle, because I'm playing Sony on every team, very tough. Very, very tough. Also can play the Philly defense here. Have no qualms about that. And also on the other side, if you want to play one of these cheap Seattle boundary receivers, I have no problem with that to save some money. But like I said, my preferred cheap receiver is Traquan Smith. I like Traquan Smith here. I think he's a good play. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. We're gonna make another video next week for the divisional round. You guys have been great. Leave some comments, guys. We do better when we go back and forth with each other. Usually, we usually do better when we have a dialogue. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. Let's win some money on Saturday.